Okay guys, I'm over in the shop today at my father's house working on the canes here. I've taken the ferrule rod, I cut the tip off of this cane here, and I drilled a hole in here, and the ferrule rod slides down in there real snug right now, but once he starts using it or anything like that, it won't be as snug. So I kind of made it as snug as possible right now. I'm not going to push it all the way down in there. I got to epoxy this in here still, and I still got to stain it. That's what I'm debating on the stain right now. And I noticed I had a small problem with this here. I bought the biggest one that they had for this cane. Well, when I carved it, I didn't think about it because it actually fit on this end real well. But on this end here, on the other end, it's got a little gap in it, so I'm going to have to look at that and try and figure that out. But on mine, I've got the tip ready to go on there. I just gotta, epoxy it, hammer it on, and then drill my hole for the spike. But I'm gonna stain it first too. So before I do that, because this is gonna be a permanent piece mounted on there. I also brought the two arrowheads that I'm going to mount into it. Now I'm gonna mount those before I stain it because the stain can be wiped off of these. Other than that, we're ready to go. I'm getting it stained here. I'm going to start staining them here shortly. But like I said, I got the ferrule rod here all ready to go. On mine, the ferrule rod, get the ferrule rod out of this one here. On mine, the ferrule rod's going to go down here somewhere, right close to the end of the tip. So once I get the tip on there, then I'll worry about cutting into this and getting this epoxied on there. I want mine as close to one of the ends as possible, so that when I go to use it to strike a fire with, now I probably won't use it too much because I don't want it to change the aesthetics of the cane, but the cane is a survival cane. It's not meant to just be pretty. It's meant to help me walk around at night when I get home from work, and it's also to help me walk around in the woods if I have to. So I'm adding a few things to it. I'm going to have it wrapped with some paracord here as well. I'm going to take that down to Bossert Supply and see if she can, I can't remember the name of the wrap, but the one where they wrap the entire axe handle. I'm going to have her wrap it probably just above the BSA, hopefully all the way up to the Stone Age. But actually I think we're going to have to go from here, from the 272 all the way up to the bottom of Mr. Rock Lobster. But still, that would probably be at least, I'm going to say 50 feet of rope or paracord on there. So other than that, I'm going to get started staining here, and I'll come back with you and I'll show you some stuff as I'm staining it. Alright guys, there you go. They're up there stained. I'm letting the stain soak into the one on the top because I want that one a little bit darker. I wanted the poplar to stick out on this one here, so I only took one coat, one thin layer of colonial maple across the poplar stick, and then I wiped it off immediately, which left all these really great rings in it. But unfortunately I got so much sunlight right now I can't really get a good shot of it, but I will show more shots. This is just kind of a keep you up in the process there. I've got the canes ready to have the tips put on. I've got this one here, down here on the floor, right about there is the flint rod that's going to go into the tip of it where it's hanging from right here. This one here is mine. I've just got to put the tip on it and insert my ferrule rod, but I think I'm going to put the ferrule rod closer to the base up here. Other than that, I'm going to show more later on. Once they're dry, I'm going to start putting a clear coat on them here. I found some stuff in my dad's thing here. It says new August 09 Australia timber oil, good for decks, siding, railings, and outdoor furniture. So, and it says natural. Hopefully it doesn't mess with it. I'm going to find a piece of poplar here and test it before I use it. But other than that, I'm going to put a semi-gloss finish on it, or not a semi-gloss, a satin finish on it. I don't want them to shine too much. Other than that, I'll get back with you guys here in a little while. Alright guys, here we go. They're all done. Let me hold the first one up here. This is mine. It's got the snake head on top. probably weighs about a pound, and I've already whacked things with it just to test it, and it holds up pretty good. I've walked with it. It walks pretty good. I got my 2 arrowheads that I made inlaid into it. It turned out really nice. It's a piece of maple, and I used colonial maple stain on it. And on the bottom, you can see my little tip. And there's a spike, which you can use for walking in the dirt, so you don't have to worry about your tip sinking. You just got to clean it off. I'll clean that off here in a minute. But it turned out really nice. And then here's my other one. I just finished it as well. Starting here at the top, there's a ferrule rod right here. You just unwrap it, and there's a ferrule rod. There's probably 12 feet, or no, not 12 feet, I'm sorry, probably about 4.5 feet of leather on here, which can be used for a multitude of things. I got it tied into a hand strap so that you can put your hand into it and then hold on to it as well, right along with a set of ranger beads on it. Okay. Hold on. There's the old dogs. Bear on the left, Evie on the right. Bear's the big dog, 15 years old. Evie's the little dog, she's probably 3. Okay. Staten Island Prepper. This is a piece of poplar, but I did it in the colonial maple as well, and I think it turned out really great, really great. And you can actually see the little spirit guy. I put a couple of eyes in there, I think it just turned out really great now. I mean, even the carving, even where I think I messed up with the carving, doesn't look too bad. And then on the end of this one as well, spike as well. So this one's the same way. You can just take that off there, step out on the grass, step out in the woods, wherever. Now, I'm pretty sure I know where this one's going to be used if he steps off right now. Buddy, I hope you get a little better. Hope you're feeling better soon. Right here is for you to lean on, buddy. Everybody knows that I've been working on this cane here for Vito and myself. So this one here is for him. I'm going to get this out to him as soon as I can. I'm probably going to have to wait till next week when I get paid, but other than that, I'm going to get it out to him as soon as I can. Ooh. Well, and I see a little where my wood filler didn't quite fill in at here, so I better fill that in a little bit more before I get that completely finished. But other than that, it's done. I think it turned out really good. Alright guys, well, that's all I got. I'll post the video here and show everything. But it turned out to be like 3, I think almost 4 videos for this thing. And it was like, I'm going to say, with both canes together, I'm going to say something like 30 some odd hours is what I put into them. But 30 hours of, enjoyment for me. Alright, remember, if you're not prepared today, you're not prepared tomorrow.